Yeah, it's hot. Overlook the humidity done got my hair kinking up. So we'll be doing readings today. There's a minimum $5 donation. Um, you can come in the description of the video. It has my PayPal link, Cash App, Venmo. So it's all there. So feel free to come in. I think I'm going to share out this just because I got to let my people know that I'm here. I haven't been doing this whole not Periscope, YouTube thing for a minute. So it's kind of getting my people here is a new thing. They're used to me being on Facebook. So have to definitely get this up and going. So we are going to share it out. Or maybe I'm not because I can't because I'm signed in. Well, I'm glad you got an invite. At least it's letting me do that. So, oh, I see how I do it now. So, hi, Enza. How you doing today? Enza, today I'm doing it by donations. So, it's a minimum $5 donation, and I will tear your question apart. You can go general, you can go specific. It really doesn't matter. I'm open to whatever. So it's basically whatever you want to question about. The payment options for Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are all in the video descriptions. So you can go in there and check that out. And feel free, if you haven't subscribed, to subscribe already because I'm new here. So, all right. How are you today, Enza? Is it hot where you are? It has been brutal here in Oregon. It's like you go outside and your hair kinks up on you. I'll let you help others hugs. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I'm okay. Thank you. Hope you're fine too. I am. I've just been trying to avoid the heat because, like I said, it has been brutal. Next few days are supposed to be like almost 100, and humidity is terrible. So, just kind of trying to not melt. Melting's not fun. So, yeah. I recognize your name from being here the other day. I appreciate you coming back. It is a new channel, so, you know, it's always slow getting people in here. Hello. What do you see towards my professional career? Okay, well, I'm doing it by donations. So it's a minimum $5 donation, and I pick your question apart. Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal descriptions are in the video link, the description itself. So really appreciate your reading. Oh, I'm very glad I could help. I love helping people. That's kind of why I do this. I've been doing this for 29 years. It's been my day job. So, I've been lucky enough to talk to literally thousands of people and read thousands of people all over the world. And I've got to meet some really interesting people, and a lot of people I actually call friends now through this. So I've been blessed. I've been blessed to be able to bring clarity to people. It makes you feel nice when you actually are communicating with somebody, telling them what's going on, and giving them insight into things they maybe weren't seeing. Because we're all guilty of overlooking the smallest things sometimes. makes you feel good when you can like talk to somebody and they say, I get it now. I see what's going on. And they can make those positive changes to help themselves and to better their life and their situation. So it's always a good thing. It's definitely, I don't know what I would do if I did not have this as my job because I would feel lost. Um, on top of my readings that I do a lot of shamanic works also. So I do chakra alignments, I do soul retrievals, I do past life integrations. You know, a lot of people have fears, phobias that they came in with and they can't understand why. And a lot of times it is a layover or like a stain from a past life. And so I help them to make sense of it and to kind of integrate it into this life so that those fears do not have power over them anymore. Um, I've been, like I said, 29 years. And if you want to do a reading away from here, I do them for hours or half-hour sessions. Half hours are $50, hours are 80. Um, Chakra alignments and clearings feel amazing. You know, I have people that have no real spiritual gifts, so to speak, sit down and me work on them and them be able to feel the shift and be able to say, oh, wow, I can feel you working in my head or in my throat. Or so, I mean, it's nice. And I enjoy doing that because when I'm doing the shamanic works and the energy works on people, I get to feel it. So, you know, when I start working on somebody, I can feel where the chaos and the confusion is or where their problem areas are. And I actually get to, as I work on them, feel the progress that's being made. A lot of times when you do readings, you don't get feedback. You don't have someone say, oh, wow, that really helped me. But with the energy and the shamanic works, I get to see it right there in that moment. And it makes me feel amazing. So I love them. For chakra alignments, also, it's $80. And if you're interested, you can find me on Instagram at spiritual.awakenings. You can find me on Facebook, Reads by Abby Black. You can email me at abbyblack@outlook.com. Um, you can even message me on here and be like, hey, look, I really want to set something up. And we can get you in and we can get you moving forward and make you feel better. A lot of people have no idea how much your spiritual and mental and emotional body actually affects your physical body. And so it's nice to be able to help people and get them situated in that aspect. Oh, welcome. Got a new subscriber. Hello. Good to see ya. I'm glad folks are finding their way to me. I'm glad they're coming on here. I'm kind of flipping over from the Facebook because Facebook was very glitched. I would have people come in and they'd get booted or the screen would freeze or comments would freeze. And so I've discovered on here, I don't have a lot of those problems. And it's easier. I think it's simpler for everyone to be able to just kind of go with the flow and not get booted out nearly as much. So I passed your link to my page. Well, I appreciate that, Melody. I appreciate it. It's always nice to share. Oh, she's legit, y'all. Oh, thank you, Carla. Thank you, Melody. You guys, yeah, Sharon's Karen. So invite people. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, because that way you can see when I come on. If you tap the bell when you subscribe, you get an instant notification when I come on. I'm going to be setting up a schedule here so, you know, people will know, okay, this time, this day, Abby's going to be on, and, you know, you can come in, you can ask your questions. So I will be posting that on my social medias. So like I said, find me on Instagram at spiritual.awakenings, Facebook, Reads by Abby Black. You know, in both of those places, you can access me if you want, you know, a reading or chakra alignment or any of that. You can message me and we can set it up. And distance is not an issue. A lot of people, that's the main question people ask me. You do not have to be face to face with me for me to read you, or for me to do any kind of energy or shamanic work on you, because I work with your energy, and your energy, it doesn't really have to be tethered to a location. So absolutely contact me and we can get you set up. Don't understand message retracted, what that means. What I have to say. It's very slow today. I came yesterday when I did my live. I put free in the title, and I think that pulled a lot of people in. Hello, Tammy Bambi. How you doing, love? It's good to see you. Welcome to the broadcast. Feel free to share it out on your wall. Let people know they can come in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hello, Liberty. How are you? Good to see you. Well, Liberty, I am actually doing readings based on donations. Now, I will tell you something, because I do mediumship work also. When people pass over initially, there is like there's a period of time. It's like a transition period, basically. I like to refer to it as like if you're in the military and you go on a mission and you come back, they have to do a debrief. It's no different in the spiritual. So, if there was a sickness or something traumatic that happened, a lot of times they'll be in that debrief or transformational time. And honestly, if you go to a medium and they're like, oh, I can get them the next day, that's bullcrap. It takes a little while because the spirit has to adjust. And so I usually tell people, if you want a medium to contact someone that passed, the best thing to do is wait at least 30 days, because a lot of times grief acts as a block also. So, if you're in this whole period of just losing people, your grief is going to be strong. There's going to be a lot of emotions that are right there on the surface. And that's going to block spirit from coming through also. So by you allowing time to pass, it lets them transition fully. It lets the grief drop down to a lower level so that you actually can communicate, and it is easier. So right now probably would be really hard to contact them. And if you didn't know the individual, it would be kind of hard to connect also. I mean, like if your partner was there, since it was their sibling, it would be a lot easier to connect to that energy because they had shared experiences, shared life together. There was issues, situations they bonded over. So that connection would be easier for a medium to actually trace and track and connect onto, because all relationships have an energy imprint. So you would not necessarily have an energy imprint with him, but your partner or your spouse would. So that's what we connect to, that energy, and we pull them forward. It's like throwing a net out. We can't always get who we want, but you usually do get something, or you should be able to get something. So I hope that helped you. So I have to figure out what message retracted means. So much of it has been retracted. So Tammy, you still in here? Yep. I don't know if the little heads are correct. No problem. That means they removed it. Okay, so they removed their comment. I gotcha. A lot of people are removing their comments. Says there's only one person in here right now, but I've got two people talking to me, so I don't even know how many people's in here. I don't think that that's accurate. So, Melody, I have not seen you in a while. I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of get some read energy pulled in here, is I'm going to do a general for you, just real quick, if you don't mind, just to see what comes out. Change the energy and the dynamic in the room from conversating to energy, readings. We're going to see what happens. Let's see what is going on. We're going to do Melody first. Melody. Okie dokie. So, for you, this is for Melody. First thing that comes up is the Six of Swords in a reverse position. So, seems like you have become very aware that you have issues that you need to resolve lately. Seems like there's conflicts, things in your mind where you're questioning, is this what's right for me? Do I need to stay on this pathway? It just feels like you've got a lot of questions internally about the direction things have gone and the direction things are continuing to move in. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can just say yes, no. You can be like, hey. Just give me some kind of feedback. Because as I progress, I don't want to keep going too forward unless, okay. Some of this is because you have the Ace of Swords in a positive position. So it's very much like you're trying to take control of your life. You're trying to eliminate issues. You're trying to make you feel more comfortable in your own skin. This seems to be a theme for a lot of people lately. I don't know if it's the planetary shifts, the things that are coming up, or what, but everybody seems to be having a lot of really deep self-evaluation that's going on lately, which is good because that means we're progressing and moving spiritually. What's really cool about yours is you get the Five of Wands in reverse position. So it's like as you become more and more aware of yourself, the less you let circumstances affect you, externally. And so you're actually finding not just your own inner peace, but peace in life because you're not letting things bother you. I also feel like you're trying to get out more, trying to do more because you get the Hermit in reverse position. It's almost like you had to have downtime to heal. You had to have a period of, I guess, soaking it all in, accepting things, shifting around, mentally allowing your new viewpoints and energies to settle in. And now it feels like you're coming out of that because you get the Hermit in reverse. And I think that it's affecting how you interact with people. I think before people were not your friends. You were very, I don't want to say angry, but I think you had a really high degree of aggravation with people where you just didn't feel like dealing with them overall. It was like, don't like you, don't want to deal with you, you pissing me off. Because now it seems like you're starting to enjoy being around people again because you have the Nine of Swords in reverse position. So it's like, as this is happening, it's really opening up your world completely. Mentally, emotionally, physically, you're having more people come in, you're putting yourself out there more. So you right now are doing amazing. There is a lot of big work you've been doing, and it shows because it's affecting every aspect of your life as far as how you communicate, how you respond to people and chaos. You're doing amazing. You should be proud of you because you've done some big work and it shows. So kudos to you. I think someone else came in. I'm not sure. I didn't see anybody pop up and say hi. So hello. Maddie Black, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do right now. That way you can know when I come back on. Yes, yay. I have. Thank you. You're very welcome. I like giving good news. Sometimes, since I am brutally honest in reads, it's not always wonderful, peachy king, sunshine, rainbow shit I have to say to people. But when I get a good read like that, it feels nice because it's like, I get to tell them something good, So, guys, feel free to share out the broadcast. Get some more people in here. You can share the video on any of social medias, as far as Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever. You just have to copy the link, or even just click share. Invite people, let people know, okay, she's here. She's good at what she does. You were dead on. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I like feedback too. It makes you feel good. But you know you're not wasting your time. All righty. Tammy had asked if I had any questions for her, anything I needed to say to her. Why do I feel like you're trying to connect spiritually to a male? He feels older than you. I feel like for some reason he's just on your energy. Who has passed? Older male. He feels like connected to you. That has been in your brain a lot lately, because I feel this whole missing. I feel the missing. Like, I wish you were here. I wish I could speak to you, that kind of thing. So I know they're not in the physical realm anymore. You hear, Tammy? Tammy. Tammy. Well, maybe she bumps out. Oh, okay. No, I got a weird question because I smell beer. Like someone is breathing it in my face. Did this individual have problems with alcoholism? Because I just smell beer. Beer. It's like all around me. I smell it. And I get like my head feels weird, but it doesn't feel like because I've been drinking. It feels like there's some kind of medical issue. There's something going on that's dealing with the ability to be cognitive and think clear, and get the thoughts out, really. Kind of feels like a stroke, because, becoming aware of those. Did he pass of a stroke? And did he have some alcoholism issues? Oh, let me set these down. You still in here, Tammy? Tammy. Tammy. There too, my papa and my uncle. Okay. This man feels connected to you. So I'm thinking this would be a family member. So it's probably not Kenny. I feel like there was alcohol. I feel like, honestly, there was an alcoholic, because like I said, I smell beer. It's like I am in a cloud of beer. At the time of their passing, my head doesn't feel clear. And it doesn't feel like it's like I'm drunk. It feels like there's some kind of cognitive disorder. Like I can't think clear. They could have had a stroke. It's weird. It doesn't really feel like dementia, because with dementia, there's moments of clarity. It's like I'm aware, I'm not clear. This individual, I really do. I think they, at the time of passing, there was something going on that made it so they couldn't really communicate. Like the words would not come out. So think about which one that makes sense to. Now, is he connected to you? Because, like I said, it feels connected to you. And I don't see them as passing like in the last few years. This feels like it goes back a while. I mean, it probably goes back over 10 years, over 15 years, probably somewhere between 20, 15 years, 15 to 20 years, somewhere in that span. They've been gone for a little while, put it that way. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Now, this is someone you're connected to. This would be family member. This would be connection. This is not a boyfriend. This would have been a family member that either had a stroke or at the moment of passing were not able to communicate. There's issues with them being cognitive and thinking clearly. I do feel like in life they had alcohol issues because I smell it. So, okay, Carla, you are going to be next. Look at family members. A male older than you that's been gone 15 to 20 years. This individual would have been older than you. I feel like they've been gone 15 to 20 years. It feels like they had a stroke. There was something going on that at the point of their crossing, they were not in their right mind. I feel like while they were alive, they were very much an alcoholic because they smelled beer. Okay, this individual has been around you a lot lately. I'm just going to give it to you. Okay, Uncle Duel. Okay, finally you got it. Now, I don't know if you have been dealing with his people, meaning like children, family, because it's not coming up like your people. So I don't see it as like your parents. It feels very much like it would have been descendants, people coming from him, that kind of thing. Um, have you been around like his children, his grandchildren lately? Have you been, because I there's a reason that he's coming up. And it doesn't even really feel like it's connected to you. It feels like he's coming through for them, but you have the ability to bring. Okay, we're going to do Carla. So, Tammy, come on, girl. Have you been around his family members, his descendants lately? Okay, so that's why he's coming up. You've been chatting with his daughter. So I don't even think he's coming through for you as much as for her. You just need to let her know. Maybe she's been having a hard time, that her dad's been coming around. He sees the struggle she's going through. He's there with her. That's pretty much what he's trying to pass along. Okay. Now, General, you got it. What is needed to be known? What is circumstances and situation? What is going on? What do they need to be aware of? See, look out for. Look at you. Okay, you got some pretty decent cards. Um, and I think that a lot of things are coming to a head, closing. When I say coming to a head, I don't mean like going to explode as much as you're getting the necessary answers you need so you can kind of take the next step. First thing that comes up is the Five of Cups. And you're welcome, Tammy. And this is for you, Carla. It's Five of Cups in reverse position. So it seems like, and the card that actually crosses this is the Page of Pentacles. It's like someone, male, is showing you their true colors, and you're just like, you know what? I'm done with the chaos. I'm done with the craziness. I am moving on. I'm not putting myself in the position anymore. Um, and there's this whole fear that you are lining yourself up to be hurt again, or just kind of, it feels like be blindsided. So you're very aware and conscious now, whereas before you weren't, of that individual and the pathway. You are good though, because you have the Knight of Cups that comes up in reverse position, which is saying you kept your emotions in check. You didn't allow yourself to go down that rabbit hole. You were logical, you were smart, you've seen the red flags, and you pulled back. You didn't allow them to really affect you mentally and emotionally. You didn't let them take your foundation down. And I don't even think they was trying to like directly do that. I don't think they realize the potential they have to just walk into a room or a situation and create a storm. That's what it feels like. It feels like this individual is like massive amounts of energy, but it's like they don't know how to direct that energy. So it's almost like everything they touch can turn to shit real quick. So I'm glad you got out of that situation. I mean, I do think that it would have been nice to have that much energy around you for you to pull on it and draw on it, but it just isn't a good thing. Um, Financially, I do think you're going to be getting some clarity, some answers, because you have the Page of Pentacles that comes up and you have that whole Two of Swords. So I feel like you were waiting on people when it comes to either jobs, careers, circumstances that affected you financially. It's very much like you were waiting on them to get their shit together so you could move forward. Um, it's like you knew what you had to do. You know what you needed to do. You knew the next steps, but you couldn't move forward until they did. So, seems like that's kind of winding down, coming to a head. It seems like they're doing what they need to do. And some of it, I think, also is because you have the Seven of Swords on that also. It's kind of like you had to evaluate the situation and really, it's almost like in a way, energetically, you had to shake them up. Is this even worth doing? Is this worth dealing with? Yeah, told me to wait until Labor Day. Yeah, all right. And okay. The next card that comes up is the Seven of Swords. Like I'm saying, it's just like, is this what I want to do? Is this worth me doing? And what do I need to leave behind? Because with this job, I feel like you're going, commute 1 hour away. Okay. But I feel like you're going to have to give something up. And I don't feel like it's just the commute. It feels like maybe it's the part-time job. Maybe it's something like that because, yeah, it doesn't feel like the commute. I think it's time. I think it is the Hermit because the Hermit comes in reverse position. So there's an awareness that you're going to be limited in your free time, in your available time. And so I guess that kind of does relate to the commute in a way. But it feels full time. It feels like in this case, the benefit far. hmm I think the benefits far outweigh the negative associations in any way. Because I mean, you get the Hermit in reverse position, and I feel like this, for a long time, you needed something that was feeding you mentally and emotionally. Hello. Hello, Noel. I feel like you needed something that was benefiting you mentally and emotionally to keep you fueled, to keep you charged, to make you want to go forward. And I don't think you was getting it. With this, I think it's going to be enough of a mental challenge. It's going to push you to move forward. And the way it looks, I see you able to progress. It doesn't seem like it's going to be stagnant once you get in there. It seems like there is opportunity for advancement. Nice talking to you. And I think you need it. I mean, I think you go crazy. Well, there you go. When you don't have a challenge, when you don't have something to do or work with. So everything looks good with the job. It looks like you got the job. It looks like it's benefiting you mentally and emotionally. it seems like you're progressing forward. And I think in a lot of ways, this is going to help you, not just financially, but mentally and emotionally. It's going to allow you to blossom. I think you've just been waiting on your moment to bloom. And I think that's what you're about to do in this job. So, you fine. You fine. And I think you know, and they know what you're capable of. So I don't see no issues. I don't see no conflicts. This is going to be a good thing for you. And it's going to, like I said, it's going to allow you to blossom. Good night, Tammy. Think you might get more than you asked. I think if you do, it's going to be really freaking tight. I don't see them going beyond, really. And like I said, if you do, it's going to be real, real close. I would just, the way it looks, it's close enough. It's not even going to hurt you. Noelle, it is doing readings, but it's off of donation. It's minimum $5, and I will tear your question all the heck apart. You can make a payment through PayPal, Cash App, or Square Cash. The video description actually has the information so that you can make your donation. Well, thank you. It's put up there. So, and I have no problem looking at your question for you. Have no problem tearing it apart. And feel free to subscribe. You can come back in here. Sometimes I do freebie questions. You just gotta be in here. If I get pulled to someone, spirits like tapping on my shoulder, hey, you gotta really read this one. I do. But, this is my day job and I do have bills, so I can't just give it away for free to everybody. So, I don't know, what does the diagrams mean? I'll have to figure all this out. So, how is everyone's day? Is it hot where you are as well? Are you guys melting in the sunshine and the humidity? I'm just so glad that today is almost over, because that means it's going to be cooler, and I'm not going to be cooking. He's killing me. It's kind of quiet in here. Let's see if this is actually. I'm trying to see if I posted this on the right spot on my wall on Facebook, because I did not. There you go. It's probably why I don't have as many people in here, because I posted it in the wrong spot. Well, we're going to post this in Reads by Ruby Black. So, post that in there. It's so quiet. I don't think you can really pay attention to the heads in here. Hello, Empress Daisy. Today I'm doing donations. It's a minimum $5 donation, because I got bills to pay too. So Cash App, PayPal, and Square Cash are all in the description of the video. Make a $5 donation. You ask a question. You can go general or specific. Take it apart. Pick it apart for you. You figure out, did I make it? Well, today is not about freebies. Today is doing donations for readings. So I only have specific times and dates where I go in and um, yesterday was kind of a new thing, was letting everybody get a feel of it. But yeah. So if you want to make a donation, I'll get you on the list. We'll get you a reading. Or if you want a whole reading, it's $50 for a half hour, $80 for an hour. I also do chakra alignments, deep cleanses. I do past life soul integrations. I do um, private mentoring for people that have gifts and do not understand them. So I also teach tarot. So if you're interested, you can message me at spiritual.awakenings on Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook, Reads by Abby Black, and it lets you know whatever classes are available, what's going on, if there's show dates upcoming, any of them. It just kind of gives you a way to contact me. And I will be on here about every other day, and I'm going to try to start setting up a schedule so I can be here on a regular basis so my subscribers know when I'm here. So that will help. So if you have not followed, follow, subscribe. You can find me on all social medias. I will actually hold this up for people. Look, it's got my Facebook, my Instagram, my Tumblr, my Twitter. It's got my Periscope because I do live broadcasts there as well. You can find me at all these places, and we can handle it. Alrighty, guys. I do believe I'm going to get off of here for right now, and I'm going to see what else the world has to offer. You guys feel free to subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll be notified. Click the bell after you subscribe. That way you'll get notifications when I come on. Thank you. Bye-bye.